Welcome to Ear Biscuits. I'm Rhett.
And I'm Link. This week at the round table of dim lighting, we're asking the questions that you ask us and then we're answering them because anything goes. We've opened up the floodgates and
the questions just rolled right in. Anything at all, we're going to answer.
Well, the ones that we picked.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're answering, ask us anything, we'll answer some.
But the way we pick these things is very loose. It's like,
it's so
you're
loose.
like, oh, I picked some, and then we don't discuss it ahead of time. I don't know I don't even know my answers, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, well, maybe something will come to me.
Yeah.
For a lot of these.
But before we do that, we will let you know that we're both about to head out on.
Oh, you giving them a warning?
Spring breaks.
I'm excited. At the end of this recording session, I'm on vacation.
Oh, you're getting a little bit of an early start.
That's right.
We didn't consult on this. However, you are going international, so you have travel 2 travel days. I just flipped you to bird.
What
Actually,
are you gonna?
It's just a peace sign backwards.
You coming in to work tomorrow?
Coming in hot.
You coming in to work tomorrow?
I'm not coming in. I don't know.
We didn't consult this. I need you to come in if I'm not gonna be
I
here.
will be working tomorrow if that's your question.
I'll be working. I'll be thinking about things.
If that's your question, whether or not I'm here. But you know what?
Those don't days, work.
No, those days when you're not here, and I feel like I got this big old office to myself, that's pretty nice. I play all the music that I want as loud as I want. I fart openly. It's
nothing.
Lots of things happen in there when you're not present.
You haven't said anything that you don't do anyway. Like we had a meeting right before this.
That is true.
Right before this recording session, we had a meeting which was preceded by us working at our desks independently for about 2 hours. And they come into the meeting and then Jacob was like, "It smells funny in here."
That wasn't farts.
And the first thing I thought, well, we've been farting in here.
Well, we've been playing a game of fart tennis.
Yeah, our desks face.
That does happen.
We face back to back, and I don't know. It's like, we just have like a fart versation. Like the fart that you ripped yesterday, it sounded like you were squishing something.
It's that chair, man. It's the acoustic quality of that chair that I sit in. It's almost a musical instrument the way it propels it out into the middle of the room. I think it's designed. Yeah. I think that is a design to shoot your farts out, your sound of your farts out into the middle of the room.
Fart shooting chair. And so it'll be like an hour of
a farticello.
And you play the music you want to play.
Fartahorn.
Rhett plays this
Fartnet.
Rhett plays this, I don't know, it's like concentration music. No. It's got some beats in it.
No, it's lo-fi 24/7, which if you just Google lo-fi 24/7, you'll get, there's a few YouTube channels, and this is a Mythical Beast suggestion back when
Is this a rec?
This was a rec to me from the Mythical Beasts. I've talked about it on the show before, I think, because I was like, what's some good writing music, because I don't like lyrics in my music when I'm writing. And because I start just writing the lyrics.
Speaking of recommendations, something I've been meaning to do but haven't done for many episodes now is say that, hey, if you listen to the end of an Ear Biscuit, we are now doing a recommendation.
Oh, you already know that though, because you're not the kinds of people that stop listening before the end.
Listen to the end, and we're alternating episodes, throwing out a recommendation. It's a Rex in effect. But anyway,
we're heading out.
I'm still on the fart story.
Okay.
You're playing the music, which it's not like you don't play what you want to play with me there. You play the music.
Lo-fi 24/7, yeah.
And then we're like quiet.
It's just streams.
It's kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Actually, yesterday there wasn't any music because all of a sudden it was just butt music from you. And we hadn't talked for an hour and we're just sitting there working on stuff.
You gotta mix things up sometimes.
Just we started laughing. It was very.
Farts are funny. We've established that. Farts are funny. And if you don't think so, something's wrong with you.
My abdomen is cramping hard and I might have to add some music to the mix. I'm in pain right now.
But it might be negative pressure. It might not be positive pressure.
Anyway, so when Jacob came in and he was like, it smells like something's rotting in here.
And then Josh said it smells like cruciferous vegetables. He was right because there was cabbage inside the dish that you had sealed up.
And I'd put it in the trash can. So it wasn't our farts, and I was glad that we didn't say, well, we've been farting it up for the past 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it's my office.
Anyway, we are heading out. We've talked. I'm doing another ski trip. You're doing another London-y trip.
And by London-y trip, yeah, I'm going to London.
Going to London. You're not just going to like London, North Carolina. There probably is one.
Yeah, for Lily's 16th birthday, we're taking her wherever she wanted to go. It's like we had this grand idea that now we're gonna have to do for the other children. If I don't know, unless the bottom falls out.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like YouTube shuts down and our entire financial ecosystem crumbles, and then I'll be asking my 16-year-old son to house me.
Oh, well, that would be quite a turnaround.
Yeah.
Hopefully
it doesn't happen.
You're looking forward to it?
The financial crumble of my London. Yeah, so she wanted to go to London. We're gonna do the Harry Potter stuff. I'm sure I'll give you a full rundown on the back end. Mm-hmm. But having had our complete London rundown, I'm primed. My expectations are primed, and I know how I'm gonna approach it.
Yeah, dinner every night at Slug and Lettuce.
The food aspect of it and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm very excited. I think it's gonna be a very special. It's designed to be a special like memory forming occasion for us with just Lily, not with the boys not being there.
Lots of mental pictures and lots of actual pictures.
Yeah, man. No injuries, no snow, no mountains, no. Be safe, man.
Now, but I heard tell that your wife is. She's a little anxious because these planes have been falling out of the sky all over the world, and she's got to now get in one and go across the ocean.
Well, we're not on that plane, and that plane's been grounded.
That plane's been grounded, but planes.
We're not on that plane.
But planes.
She has a borderline phobia.
Right, and it's like, and this is in the news, and she's taking that in.
Yeah.
So
she's had a difficult week.
What's your plan?
She's had a difficult week.
Massage. Take a massage tool.
Hand holding. I guess. Try not to sleep.
Poetry?
I'm trying not to sleep until she sleeps. But it's gonna be difficult because that mouth is gonna flop open and I'm gonna be gone.
She's not gonna sleep and you're gonna sleep immediately. Like literally, I was thinking about this on our last trip. And this is why I always snap pictures of you, regardless of how long the flight is that every single time we get on the plane and then they start like the beverage service or if there's a meal involved.
Yeah.
You sleep through that part. Like you follow, because typically that's like we've reached 10,000, whatever the feet is, 10,000 feet. And now the Wi-Fi is working and like we're kind of leveling out and they're starting to bring the beverages out. You're gone. And so last time we were flying, I woke you up because I was like, this can't happen again. Now, one time you laid down and put the sleep mask on and slept right through the thing. And then you wake up and you're like, is there dinner? It was like 7 hours into the flight. And they were like, well, not anymore.
Something about getting in the air makes me sleepy.
So you gotta take a Red Bull. You gotta do a Red Bull before you get on the plane if you don't want to fall asleep.
Well, I do want to fall asleep, but I'm gonna try to stay awake for Christy. And she's been given some like meditation. Guided meditations that she can go through for like some positive oriented, some like, well, they're all positive oriented.
Some very negative.
Some focused on like
the sound of screaming people.
Yeah, planes crashing, careening out of the sky.
This is what could be happening right now, but it's not.
Actual audio.
I wonder if that would work
from failed water landings.
Certain people might be into that.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Because sometimes I tell my wife, I'm like, when she's upset with me, I'm like, you know what I could be doing right now? And then I like make up a crazy scenario that's a lot worse than what I am doing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, this reasoning doesn't work.
Yeah, that's called deflecting into the abyss. Like usually you deflect to something that's like also concrete.
Right. I could be in prison right now.
Right, it's like, okay, all right.
But I'm not. She's like, that's not effective.
I could be a murderer.
Right.
I'm not that insensitive.
Yeah. I could be living a double life.
I know that's funny, but I also feel like maybe you said that to her.
No, I didn't.
Because it is kind of funny, but you know, you're like, perspective.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you got to. Yeah. We could be crashing right now. We're not. That's. If everything goes sideways, you say that to your wife.
Here's a simple one to start.
You want to? Why don't we take a small break and then answer a question?
I'm gonna ask the question. And it'll be like a teaser.
Got it.
Sarah A1422660995.
Whoa.
Asks.
Whoa.
What's the strangest thing you've ever found the other person doing when you walked into the room?
Uh-oh.
Hashtag Ear Biscuits.
You'll get that answer and more in a second. But first, you can get my shirt and Link's hat, part of our Storywear collection.
The post-apocalypse where
apocalypse
where dogs take over. You got this smiling with human-esque teeth, spiky dog.
Is that Chompers? Is that his name? Happy Chompers?
Happy Chompers, he's so happy. I love this hat because something about the materials with which it's made, it's very pleasing. It's very light. Like I like the materials.
Very pleasing materials.
And it's got a captain's rope.
Captain's rope.
And it props up there. And
it props up there. Lots of great features. I have a shirt that features Instagruff. Again, this is a dog, a Hume dog, or as I said the first time I read the script for the voiceover, Hum Dog. But it's actually Hume Dog, and Instagruff is his name. Get it? He's an Instagram dog, and he got that many
what do you think, Jade?
licks instead of likes. Get it?
What do you think of the collection? Jade is all of the proceeds go to us, and then because we love our dogs so much, they benefit.
That's right.
So if you want our dogs to continue to eat and be healthy and get their like shots and vet visits, you need to buy this merch.
Right. Yeah. We will stop giving the dogs their regularly scheduled, recommended veterinarian things if you do not buy these shirts. They'll get heartworms is what we're saying, okay? If you don't want our dogs to have heartworms, buy these shirts. Okay. I heard that heartworms don't really happen anymore. Your dog Tucker died of heartworms.
It definitely happened to him.
And
that, I guess because of the medication and stuff, that is squarely our fault.
But our vet,
I feel horrible about that.
Our vet said something about how, you don't have to really worry about those anymore. You can still take it, but it's not really that common.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
I give her the medicine.
Strangest thing I've seen you doing.
Walking
in.
Yeah, so we're answering your questions now. Here it is, we're getting into it. We made it through the ads.
The thing that this makes me think about is the fact that, we have our secret loft, our not so secret loft, especially if you're a member of the Mythical Society, you've seen that loft in the Mythical addresses.
Yeah.
But both of us independently sometimes might get here early and might use the loft for meditative purposes.
Mm-hmm.
There's a meditation cushion up there. And I've walked in and I see your car when I get here, vice versa, same thing's true. You walk in, lights are on, you know somebody's in the office, and then you kind of like settle down into your desk and then I hear,
a little nostril flappage.
a little breathing. Now I at least say when you walk in, I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm meditating.
I'm meditating.
It's a little weird to walk in on somebody meditating, but you can't see them.
Right. Especially
you just hear them breathe.
Especially because we do it nude.
I wasn't gonna say that.
I've never meditated nude.
You should try it.
Weirdest thing I've seen you do when I walk in on you is like when we're traveling or and then I get up in the morning and you're like down on the floor in your underwear doing some sort of contortion.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, did you sleep on the floor last night? I was like, it's like you fell out of a skyscraper and like splattered on the ground.
I'm practicing my moves.
Good gosh, what happened, man? And then I realized you're stretching.
Oh gosh, you know what? And the funny
stretches
thing is,
you do are weird.
Well, they're doctor and physical therapist prescribed. I'll tell you one thing, they have gotten.
Just in your boxers, it's just, I don't wanna see that.
You don't have to watch.
Well, I didn't watch, I just saw.
Some people would pay to watch.
That's the weirdest thing that I've.
I mean, I might start a YouTube channel that's just called Retching, which is Rhett and stretching mixed together. It's not throwing up. Because it's spelled RHETCHING, retching. Rhett stretching 24/7. It's a live stream. And I'm listening to 24/7 lo-fi Inception.
I think that's the weirdest thing. I mean,
hold on, but
you've seen me pick my nose. I do that every day.
This is my stretching. I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this morning. I was having a conversation with my Pilates instructor, and it was I'm spending a lot more time with my stretches, and not just my stretches, but the rolling on the ball thing. You know, I got a little lacrosse ball, and I like getting into all the different nooks and crannies of my back and all the places that there are knots. And I have discovered that, especially getting ready to go ski for a week, I'm like, a lot of times when I get ready to transition into something and I'm about to go on vacation, my back gets tight in anticipation of it. It's a weird stress thing that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you don't want to be out there having paid all this money for this ski vacation and then not be able not be able to ski. So I've been rolling my back out in upper, mid, and lower with this ball.
Well, that's
every single morning.
That's a weird thing to walk in on because it just looks like you're wallowing around
and
on the floor.
I'm making noises like, oh. This is what the retching channel would be. It would just be me laying on the ground going, oh.
You probably look like a guy who's just suffered some sort of injury.
Yes. because it's good.
Yes.
Yes, because the pain is helping me. The pain is so intense, but it's unraveling. I don't know how the science works. It's doing something to the muscle knots, releasing them, making me feel good. Anyway, I think it's the key to my life right now.
I actually heard that rolling out is now it's not proven to be as effective as active stretching.
It's not proven to be as effective for recovery,
right?
Isn't that true?
I don't know. Next question.
I'm rolling out for a different reason. I'm rolling out for knots. I'm not rolling out for recovery.
Like the way you work my
Lavish Lionel.
booty knot.
Lavish Lionel asks, I was recently asked, when you die, if you were offered to view a top 5 list of some moments in your life, which list would you choose? Personally, I'm leaning towards the top 5 times I was closest to death. Do you say towards or toward when you write?
Towards.
That is incorrect for.
I don't write it. I don't write it.
For you, for
I just say it.
Well, what I realized was happening, I was looking at our editor who had gone through the Google Docs where we wrote our novel, and all the towards had been changed to toward.
Oh,
because
a lot of that.
Towards is the UK.
Really?
And that's what I say. I always add the S, but technically the US. Which I don't know why we got so much beef about little things like that. Like y'all don't have an S,
it's right. It's right here but it's wrong for there.
And there was another weird word. Oh, vice-like grip. Okay, vice-like grip is a word. It's a phrase.
Vice-like
that is in the
space.
The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek. It's in so how would you spell vice-like?
Well, with a dash. Vice-dash.
How would you spell
space.
vice?
Oh, V-I-C-E.
Wrong.
Well, yeah.
It's V-I-S-E in America. A vice in America with a C is like a moral vice. It's like some part of you that's compromised.
Oh, but a tool.
But a tool in America
is
with an S. And in the UK, it's with a C both ways. What is the world coming to? Why do we have so many disagreements? Why can't we just make a decision?
We have enough for that just to be, I mean, you gotta keep standards or the language is just gonna fall into chaos. But let's get to this question. When you die, you were offered to view a top 5 list. Man, I think that would be frustrating to only see 5 moments. That's such a short list.
That's your complaint?
I mean, I would be grateful for seeing anything, I guess.
Well, which 5 would you choose?
It's like, I'm still able to see, I'm not nothing. There is an afterlife, so check.
But
That's a good start.
But
what
would you?
Oh, and now I get to see 5 things. I want to see the happiest moments of my life.
But what if it's all downhill from there?
But then that might make you sad. It's like, because I actually think his answer's pretty. Lavish Lionel had a pretty good answer. I want to see the top 5 times I was closest to death.
Well, and I would want to see the ones my answer was closest to death that I did not realize.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought was implied. And I think he has the best answer because, sorry for taking it, Lavish, but hey, props to you. Cause then you're really grateful. It's like, man, I could have gone 5 other times.
Yeah.
Turns out I had 6 lives, like a cat.
And the thing is,
well, like a short-changed cat.
And what kinds of things would those be? I mean, it wouldn't be the most obvious things. Like you think it would be things like, well, there was this one time that you were almost hit by a rig. It would be something like, there was this one time where this virus that would have gone into your brain and started eating away at it.
You washed your hands.
You washed your hands at exactly the right time.
You blew your nose.
You sneezed, and if you hadn't have sneezed, you would be dead.
Oh wow.
It'd be something like that. Or there was a moment in which some little platelet inside one of your veins could have gotten stuck and caused a stroke. I don't know what causes a stroke.
But it just skated by.
Yeah, and it would be like
that clot went the wrong direction.
It'd be the most boring video in history. It'd be like, you're just watching a vein. Wait, what am I seeing here? What am I seeing here? Oh, the platelet went the other way. You would have died, closest to death.
But I would still be very grateful to not have died sooner. And whereas with my initial answer of the happiest moments, that would probably just make me so sentimental and sad. But what you said reminded me of the other night, it's like we had 30 minutes before it was bedtime. I was like, we could watch one episode of a sitcom, but I'm just gonna throw on YouTube and see what's going on. And there was like this trending video that was sportscasters getting upset, part 2, and I'm like, this is trending, so it was like new and fresh, probably hadn't seen it, and I like.
You watched this as a family?
News, but this was me, Lincoln, Lando, and Britton. And I started watching that one and it sucked. And then Britton was like, you know what you should put on? Close Calls from Fail Army.
Oh gosh, this is great.
And then I'm like, this sounds like a good idea. Well, it wasn't a good idea. Because
it made you stressed out.
You're sitting there and it's just like a lot of traffic footage of like, okay, here's just an intersection.
In Russia.
And all of a sudden you see this motorcycle, instead of stopping, like he didn't know how to use his motorcycle, and like he flips over the handlebars.
And then he just walks away.
And as he flips over and tumbles into the intersection, a car barrels through there and just misses running over the guy.
Close call, huh?
It was a close call, yeah. I mean, the good news is everybody makes it because it's a close call. It's not like Morbid shouldn't actually be on YouTube and can't stay up there.
Well, because that feels like it would be rewarding to watch.
Well, the cumulative effect of like seeing like a guy in a cowboy hat with his daughter like looking this way, where's the train? Where's the train? And like you can look past the guy and see the train is coming and you're like, what? You're standing
coming the wrong way
on the rail. You're standing like halfway, and at the last second he turned because he heard it and got out of the way, but it was a close call.
Very close call.
I mean, that was disconcerting, man. And all types of these things. It just made me think, ever since then, if I'm walking on a sidewalk, I'm like, what if I trip? You've seen the videos of like, there were these 2 girls walking down the street on the sidewalk, and the one girl just like hip checked her friend just to be cute. And the girl falls out into the street and like a big freaking bus comes by and like just barely misses running over her noggin.
Close call.
It was a close call. Miraculously timed, and miraculously caught on camera.
Caught.
Yeah, man, it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta turn this off. And they weren't censored either. So there was, sometimes with a close call, there's lots of colorful language that's used. So watch out for that.
Do you have a rec for later? Because you made me think of a rec based on what you just said, watching something with your family.
Save your rec. Well, if it's related to this, just give it.
I don't feel my rec's not.
I have a rec.
My rec's not worthy of the final rec.
Yeah, give it now. This is a pre-rec, it's in effect.
Goldbergs. We as a family,
television show?
The television show, which incidentally, our own Shane Topp is a series guest star, regular, something, whatever you would say.
Smosh Shane, yeah.
Yeah. I've only watched.
I was in a Thai restaurant last night and they were playing Goldbergs, and I told Christy, I was like, see that guy right there? That's Shane. He's in Smosh.
I think that it's just a good. It takes place. You know the premise. It takes place in the '80s, but it's just a family being a family. And
I thought it was the '90s actually.
It's the '80s actually. Yeah, it's the '80s.
Really?
Maybe in some season it goes. I don't know how many seasons there's been.
It'll get there.
But it may be in the '90s. But you know.
Are you recommending the show or something else?
I'm recommending the show.
Okay, do it.
I'm recommending the show to watch as a family because we sat there as a family and realized how like every member of the family is like a caricature of a mom and a dad, but it's also based on this dude's life, the creator of the show, Adam Goldberg. And
okay.
But anyway, it was just like I see how I fall into the dad trope, and you know, mom falls into the mom trope, kids fall into the kids trope, and anyway, it's a wreck.
What about near-death experiences made you think of that?
You said you would sit down and we have half an hour to watch a sitcom as a family.
Oh.
So I was gonna say that if you're in the mood for a half hour sitcom, Goldbergs is a wreck. Let's ask another question though. Taco Picasso, highly educated with an X, asks, how do you cheer yourself up when you're feeling sad? # Ear Biscuits.
The first thing I think of is music. Like music can help snap me out, so like I can go with like some bangers. Like give me that banger playlist.
Give
like
me an
just
example. Like Miley Cyrus Party in the USA.
Yeah, right. That's it.
Hey, listen to that song and tell me you say it's not catchy.
It is a happy song. That song will make you happy. I do not recommend the song Happy because it's
too on the nose. Too on the nose.
Too played out. Party in the USA is a bit tired, but it probably always works.
Yeah, it's not a wreck. I'm not making a wreck, man.
But
it's making a reference.
The thing that I do when I'm feeling sad lately is.
You been feeling sad lately?
Actually, yeah. At times, there are times when I feel sad in general. I don't think more so lately, but when I said lately, I meant lately I'm trying to not say, oh, I feel sad, I'm going to play Party in the USA, but instead just leaning into it and saying, you know what?
Let's get sadder.
If you feel a little sad, let's just go ahead and let's experience the entire wave of that emotion. Yeah. And instead of trying to fight it. So interestingly enough, yesterday morning, coming into work, Spotify will create, based on what you've listened to, and I'm sure all of the streaming services do it, they'll like create this automated playlist for you.
The AI, man, yeah.
And I've been listening to some more Merle lately, getting back into Merle. And and there's a sad part to that too. Like the other night I was listening to, and I texted you about this. I was listening to Ben Haggard, Merle Haggard's youngest son, who we know and who got us into his concerts, who basically enabled us to meet Merle before he passed away a little over a year ago, I guess it's been. Maybe longer now.
I think it's been 2 years.
Yeah. And I hadn't realized, even though you told me this, that he does some covers on his Instagram. I guess that's another rec. Follow Ben Haggard on Instagram. Tell him that we sent you. Rhett and Link sent me. Big fan or whatever. He does covers of, he just like sits in an intimate space, like his living room or something, with this one studio mic and covers lots of stuff, but Merle songs. And I did not realize, Christy said, hey, listen to this. I saw it on Facebook because your mom had posted it. Your mom had posted a Ben Haggard cover of a Merle song, and she's like commenting, he's friends with Rhett and Link, and like she's like commenting on Facebook about it. And it was really cute. And so Christy's telling me this, and she starts playing the song, and I'm just listening to it, and I was like, well, this is Merle. This is actually not Ben. This is just a Merle song that's being played. But then she showed me the video, I'm like, no, this is Ben, and
He can sound just like Merle.
He can sound, I mean, we know Merle Haggard so well that like all the intricacies, what's the word? Intricities.
Intricities?
Yeah. Of his vocal delivery.
Intricacies.
I can't say it.
Well, intricate is the root word.
Intricacies.
Intricacies.
Is that how you say it? Intricities?
Intricacies.
What is the word? There's 4 people in this room and no one else can say it.
Intricities.
No one wants to try to say it.
Intricacies.
Whatever. Intricacies.
Intricacies.
That's not right. I cannot say it.
It's definitely not intricatities. It is. That's the one thing that I know it's not.
Intricatities.
Intricatities.
Just the nuances.
He's got intricatities. You wouldn't believe it.
Of Merle's vocal delivery, he can nail to the point of. Here's what happened.
Tell me what happened.
Once I realized that it was Ben singing, I just sat there and listened to it, and my eyes welled up with tears, and I started crying.
Yeah, I get that.
I could not. It was as if the ghost of Merle had come back. It was, and you know what? I was just blown away with the wave of emotion. And I think I realized at that moment, I don't think I ever fully mourned the loss of Merle. I didn't really sit down and listen to the extent that I should have, like just go through the mourning of losing this guy. Like I was telling Britton about it and he was like, yeah, when Tom Petty died, I sat in my room and bawled my eyes out. I cried myself to sleep literally. And he was like, and it took a long time because I was playing this one song on YouTube and I had to press play I had to replay every time it stopped.
Mm. And that was also related to the fact that he had never seen him live or something, or never met him, or because Britton goes to a bunch of concerts and so not having.
He had never gotten to see him.
Right.
And like Coach Brandel, my soccer coach in college, in high school, I did not play soccer in college.
Whoa.
I remember
Newsflash.
He talked about when what's his name from the Grateful Dead died. Like he was a deadhead. Jerry Garcia. That like he lit candles and like listened to the music and just bawled his eyes out. And I thought that's sweet, but I would never see myself doing that. And I think
now you get it.
I was laid in bed listening to Ben sing Merle and like I just started crying. And then I went on his YouTube page and started looking at the comments, and I felt validated that a lot of people were commenting that they were in tears, like as a morning exercise. But anyway, all that's backstory to, I started listening to more Merle because I realized that since his death, I'd kind of been avoiding listening to him. I think just not wanting to go there. But I started listening to him, and then Spotify started recommending Merle and other country music people as a certain playlist. So I played that on my way into work yesterday morning, and somehow it went from Merle to like some Travis Tritt song. It's a great day to be alive. Talking about growing a Fu Manchu. It's kind of a hokey song, but yeah. I like Travis.
It's good.
Shout out to Travis Tritt. Happy song. And then the next one it played, I looked over.
Intricacies.
Intricacies. That's what I was saying the whole time.
So we wanted some extra syllables in there.
Jen is afraid to say it, but she spelled it out so that we could read it. You say it.
Intricacies.
Yeah.
Yeah, intricacies.
It's the freaking voice of the AI in Independence Day.
The
you
orb.
Can't say of intricacies.
She's the voice of the orb.
Intricacies. So then I look at the next song and I see it pops up, Diamond Rio. And the song was One More Day.
Oh.
Do you remember this song?
One more day. One more night.
One more sunset, maybe I'd be satisfied.
Yeah.
But then again, I know what it would do, leave me wishing still for one more day with you.
Yeah.
And I heard the first chord and I'm like, I immediately like reached for the skip. I'm like, I am not doing this. And I reached for
Why?
it. And just as my finger touched the skip forward button because I wasn't gonna listen to the Travis Tritt song again. I was gonna go forward. I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna do this. I'm like in all that bumper to bumper traffic in Glendale, 10-lane highway, listening to it. And it's basically about like, if I had one wish granted to me, I would wish to have one more day with the person this loved one who had apparently passed away. And let me tell you, I bawled my eyes out. I've never done this.
To Diamond Rio?
Like, yes, like I was crying. Wow. Like I was doing that ugly cry where like your face shrivels up.
On the way to work?
And I had I had to prop my elbow up and like put my hand over my face so it looked like, I mean, my face shriveled up and tears rolling down both eyes, man.
I think there might be something else you're accessing.
Well, I mean, it made me think of loved ones I've lost, and I've thought about it specifically, and like, so I listened to the whole song and cried like a baby.
Well, ironically.
And I didn't even wipe the tears away. It was one of those, you know what? Let them fall.
Ironically and fittingly, I feel like there's two sides of this coin. There's the leaning into it.
Yeah.
And then there's the coming out of it. And I think that I've got something for coming out of it.
Okay,
I know you know a little bit about this. But so one thing I'll say, I think the first thing that I thought when I looked at this question was, I think that and again, I talk about this, I feel like I'm talking about the fact that I go to therapy every single podcast at this point. So sorry if that's annoying to you. But I think traditionally my answer to this would be like, sad. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I know that I do get sad, but I tend to be so in my head that I think that I transmute my emotion of sadness into other things like anger probably, or like yelling at the kids or something, because I don't process and actually, like you said, lean into the sadness and like let it run its course, because I do think that sadness is a part of the human condition and something that we should not run from. But assuming that you've let it run its course, music I think is a way to bring you out of it. Now, I want to talk to you about a guy named Dr. Fun. And there's probably a rapper out there named Dr. Fun and other people named Dr. Fun, so you may not get this guy if you just Google Dr. Fun. But so our good friends, Lance and Lacey, who of Beard and Lady, if you're a real mythical beast, you know about Lance and Lacey and Beard and Lady. They make the lip balm and the beard oil and the pomade. Great friends back in North Carolina. And they're just both crazy in the best possible way. Like Lance and Lacey they're into interesting stuff, and they'll just start telling you about something that happened to them or somebody they know, and it's gonna be interesting.
They're enthusiastically open, and it's always refreshing to have those people in your life.
Yeah, and Lance will just text me out of the blue. He texted me recently, and he said, I think that you're now ready for Dr. Fun. Just like, okay. And then he just sends me
like he's been sitting on a Dr. Fun for a while?
He sends me a Facebook video of this guy. His name is Tim McGinnis. And that's McGinnis, AKA Dr. Fun. Now, Lance knows this guy.
Now, when you say AKA Dr. Fun, I just want to clarify that his YouTube channel is Tim McGinnis, AKA Dr. Fun.
Yes,
all of that.
That's it. And this guy, Lance knew him. Lance lived out here in California for a while before we ever did. In fact, when we met him in North Carolina, he was moving back from Pasadena. And he knew this guy in Pasadena. I don't know exactly how they got to know each other, but he said, I knew this guy when I lived in California, and he's just this super enthusiastic guy who makes all this original music that is designed to like focus your mood in the right direction. And
he
said, in one time he recorded my mouth trumpet. and incorporated it into a song. Like just to give you an idea, the kind of guy that Dr. Fun is, he's like, he knows that you can do the mouth trumpet, and Lance can do a mean mouth trumpet.
I can do a mean mouth trumpet.
Yeah,
me and Lance can get into a mouth trumpet off.
So anyway, he just sends me, so what Dr. Fun.
Now it sounds like you're saying two things, which I don't think are true. And that's one, that he is like some sort of therapist that too is residing in Pasadena, California.
No. At this point, Dr. Fun met a lady and they
Mrs. Fun?
They moved to Cabo San Lucas, where we've been down to Cabo. In fact, speaking of watermelons on shirts.
Yeah.
See what you're doing there.
The Mythical Beast gave me this shirt on tour. Might have given it to you, but it's too small.
They moved to Cabo, and he I don't know what he does. Besides, he has this thing on Facebook that he calls the Dr. Fun Institute for Intentional Thought Transformation. And as far as I can tell, one of the main tenets of the Institute for Intentional Thought Transformation is to sing these songs that are almost like mantras to get you in the right mood. I'm just, and listen, he'll go on the rooftop of his home in Cabo San Lucas and this is an 18-minute video, and he's just singing these songs, making them up on the spot or accessing them from his library. I don't know anything else about Dr.
His
Fun.
Library, like his brain library.
His brain library.
So before you play it, I just want to clarify that this is just a dude with, he looks like he could be ex-military. He's got like close cropped hair. He's wearing a black t-shirt, probably shorts, probably barefoot. He's not in a clinical environment. He's filming himself on an iPhone vertically in like vlog format.
And
it's very extemporaneous.
And let me just tell you,
it's not planned.
That these songs have been in my head, and I have found myself I'm not kidding you, when I start like thinking things or whatever, I'm like, I feel a little bit down. A Dr. Fun song comes into my mind and I just start singing it, and it does the trick. Okay?
You using his system?
Appreciation is my superpower. Appreciation got me feeling high. Appreciation is my superpower. Appreciation gives me wings to fly. One more time.
Okay, so he said one more time.
He had already said one more time.
So I'm just gonna go to.
How many times does he say one more time?
He'll look off into the distance, and then another one will come out.
Aren't these? Look at all these aloes. It's true.
He finds joy in all the things around him.
Mexico. These are.
Okay.
Focus on feeling.
Here's another one.
Focus on feeling good right now. I find the best feeling thought for feeling good right now. One more time. Focus.
One more time.
I find the best feeling thought for feeling good right now.
And I focus on feeling good right now.
Here's more.
Breathe, relax, and let the magic happen. It's swirling all around you. Just relax and let it flow. I said breathe.
That one didn't rhyme, and it didn't need to.
And I'm just gonna go
it's swirling all around you, just relax and let it flow.
I'm just going to a random spot. 18 minutes, and this is just, he does this like every other day.
Ready? There's no need to wait or hesitate.
Got a drum.
I'm gonna feel
Good right now. There's no need to wait
or hesitate. I'm gonna feel good right now.
There's no
Need to wait or hesitate. I need to feel good right now.
There's no
Need to wait or hesitate. I'm gonna feel good right now.
You know I'm gonna feel good right
Now.
You know I'm feeling pretty goddamn good right now.
I mean,
And how many views does this have?
11.
11 views, guys.
I think it's about to have more.
11
That's my
views.
theory.
Dr. Fun is giving you the musical mantras that you need on the backside of sadness.
There's another song where he's like, he's walking down the streets in Cabo San Lucas and he's doing this head thing. He's like, shift my perspective till I'm feeling good. I'm gonna shift my perspective till I'm feeling good. I'm like, and then I find myself singing this song. I'm gonna shift my perspective till I'm feeling good. And
I bet it works.
It does work. It's magic. Dr. Fun is magic because there's just, it's scientifically proven that just smiling makes you feel better, right? Just the act of smiling, even if it's a forced smile, your body begins to do the things emotionally that is associated with the smile. And Dr. Fun has got this institute, man. I mean, it's the Dr. Fun Institute for Intentional Thought Transformation. He's intentional about his thought transformation. He uses these songs.
What is the institute?
It's him. He is an institution, man.
Wow. But you're telling me that Lance knew this guy in person, like in the flesh in Pasadena, and mouth trumpeted with him?
Lance, first of all, you know Lance and Lacey, they meet a person like Dr. Fun, they're on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who might be like, this dude's a little nuts, man. Keep a distance. He's moving to Cabo, he's singing songs all the time. But Lance and Lacey understand that this guy figured something out. He's not only is he just interesting and entertaining, but there's something going on there.
He's manifesting inner happiness through musical mantra.
Yes. And anyway.
And occasionally a mouth trumpet, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm just scratching the surface of the Dr. Fun world. I don't know how far it goes.
A lot of videos?
Yeah, well, he's been making videos for like 7 years on YouTube. He's got his Facebook deal. And
he's got a deal with Facebook?
He's got a deal. He's with Mark Zuckerberg himself. He's got a Facebook page where he does the same thing. And he seems like he's got his audience, which is not super large, but is what he needs to keep going. And anyway, Dr. Fun, there's a wreck.
Christian Drake asked, what did I see in the sky yesterday morning? And then post a photo from the phone. What you saw was three light sources. 3 sources of light, connect the dots, form a triangle. That's what you saw.
So you don't think it was anything suspicious or alien?
Well, we just don't have a lot to go on here.
Yeah, it is just a still image for us. And if you're not watching this podcast, you don't even see it. So probably nothing, Christian. Christy Byers asks, what's something that is popular right now, but in 5 or 10 years, everyone will look back on and be embarrassed about?
5 years is not a long time to be embarrassed, so I'm thinking more 10 years, like a full decade. Do you have something?
I have something that's not it's not like a fashion.
That's good, because you immediately think fashion. I'm like, I think my kids will be embarrassed wearing sweatpants everywhere.
Just like we were. If you look at that picture of us at Pizza Inn for my birthday party. And
why you wear sweatpants to a birthday party?
And not only did we have
are you sick?
It wasn't that we had sweatpants on. We had on a sweatsuit that didn't have a name. It was just like no logos.
Turns out we were ahead of our time.
It was like just a gray you had a gray sweatshirt and gray sweatpants on, matching. And like Brooks Lee had on like it was all red or something. And we didn't think it was cool, it was just comfortable.
Yeah, it worked.
Are you sick? Yeah, I was thinking, I honestly think that, you know how you go into any social situation at this point, any public place, and everyone's looking at their phone.
Yeah.
I choose to believe that it's a phase.
I like this.
I choose to believe that it is a phase, and I choose to believe that
I didn't know you had faith in humanity like this, though.
I don't have faith in humanity.
Well, then how on earth do you think we're gonna get out of our phones?
Because I think that, first of all, we're gonna continue to learn all that. First of all, speaking of Dr. Fun and feeling happy and shifting your perspective, shifting your face down into your phone and doing the thing that we all do, which is you go from your favorite app to your next favorite app to your next favorite app, and then rinse and repeat, and you kind of just find yourself. Sometimes I just find myself Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, whatever. And I'm just like, what? I'm like standing at the bottom of my stairs in my house, just standing there in the dark, just like and it's like, and I know I'm not alone, and it's just sad.
What? Someone's standing there watching you?
Yeah, there's a ghost. It's sad, it's unnecessary, it's not good for you, it's not good for your mind, it's not good for your sleep patterns, it's not good for your neck, it's not good for your eyes. And I think eventually.
But by the way, I do think that when I die, I wanna see a highlight reel of just all the times I just was standing in the stupor looking at my phone. I think that's your point.
Yeah, and I think that we're going to, I think a lot of people are realizing, kind of waking up to the fact that this is all they do. Is stare at their handheld device. But first of all, I think that some things are gonna change, like I mean, distant, not so near future, but you know.
I think there'll be
first of all, the interesting thing is, you know how AirPods were really dorky and now it's like a status symbol and like all the kids want them? It was like, oh, it looks like cigarette butts coming out of your ear. But now it's like, no, Dad, I gotta get some AirPods. The same thing will happen with displays in glasses.
Right.
It's gonna happen. It makes so much more sense. There's gonna be a second wave of Google Glass or something like that that doesn't make you look like a dweeb, and then everybody's gonna have it. And then there will be a period of time where people are standing there in a daze and they're not looking at anything because they're looking in their freaking display in their eyes. But I just feel like we're gonna get to a place where
a cultural renaissance of wellness.
I think we have to I know, and you know me, I'm all about the future, futurology, the technology and the fusion, the human, I was gonna say human animal hybrids.
Oh gosh.
The transhumanism. I think all that's coming, but I think that it can't come at the expense of our own health. And I think that somebody, somewhere along the line, like our kids are gonna like wake up at some point.
I think if you're saying that education, there'll be like education for kids to like protect them, and there'll be like an infrastructure of societal positive pressure to towards wellness.
Not just wellness.
I mean, that's a hopeful view. But I am hopeful.
But that does happen. What happens is we replace our vices, V-I-C-E, with other vices. So there'll be something like everybody's staring into their phone, and then we'll realize we shouldn't do that. It's just like, okay, back when we were in growing up, it's like kids smoked all the time.
Yeah.
Now kids vape all the time, and they think in the same way that, not us, but like back in the like 40s, they thought that smoking was okay for you. And now all these people are like, it's vaping's not bad. Vaping is bad for you. It is bad for you, and they're discovering more and more every day that it's bad for you, and you shouldn't be doing it. It's not a safe alternative to cigarettes. But something else, something else will replace it. So I'm just saying, we'll look back on this moment in time in which we had these handheld, this idea of a smartphone is so new culturally. 10 years ago, they were just being introduced, right? And it was just becoming a part of everybody's life. We're a decade into this experiment, and we're not doing well. And I think that it might take another 10 years, but I think that we're gonna look back and be like, man, in every picture, everybody's looking at their phones. Not cool. I hope.
I like leaving that hopeful note as our last answer, because I got a rec to give.
Okay, all right, I'm down.
I thought that I would not give a music related recommendation because you kind of told me I was only giving music recommendations, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I got other things I can recommend. Like that Diamond Rio One More Day song. I mean, if you wanna have a meditative, sad experience, and you can handle that like mid-90s country.
That's a big hurdle for a lot of people to overcome though.
You might deem it schmaltzy. That's not my Rex in effect. Check baby, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna give you a thread on Reddit to follow.
Oh, nice.
FromPuppyToDog.
Oh, yes.
You seen this?
No, but I know I can imagine.
You can imagine what it is?
Side by side, right?
You got side by side photos. Lots of times recreating the photo of when you got your puppy. Now good. You got the dog sitting in your lap.
And the bigger the breed, the better the change.
Yeah, man. And it's I don't know, there's like this, it's obviously very cute, it's very tender, and but there is a tinge of sadness associated with it because it captures the passage of time and how it's accelerated in the life of a dog. You know, as much as I love Jade, like I can't separate my love from Jade with the knowledge that she's gonna pass much more likely before I will. Mm-hmm. I hope so. I hope she dies before me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a weird thing to say.
But you should. You should hope that.
Jade, I hope you die before me.
It seems like a sad thing to say. It seems mean almost, but.
Hey, so I'm making a recommendation that if you want, I mean, there's a tinge of sadness, but there's so much cute and happiness involved that it's worth it.
The funny
From
thing
puppy
is,
to dog.
The funny thing is that Jade would not be a very exciting puppy to dog because she looks like the day that you adopted her.
She's a lot smaller. You know what? I'll try to find and post a puppy to dog. I'll try to do that on my shout out on my Instagram.
What, she was like a third of that
Link
size?
Lamont. She was really little, yeah.
She was almost like hand size, wasn't she?
Yeah. I mean, at least in this one picture, the first picture I don't know if I'll have to see if I can find a good picture that I'm in, because you need to have a sense of scale. The ones I'm thinking of don't have a sense of scale, it's just her.
Yeah, I remember.
We'll see.
We took Barbara to like a dog park and she was tripping over the grass. I do remember that, like she was that little. So let's both try to recreate a puppy to dog moment, and then we're gonna add it to the thread, or are we just gonna add it to the world of mythicality?
Well, my account is like
You ever posted anything to Reddit?
my account's a secret account, so I haven't created like I don't know, I was like, I didn't know what Reddit was and I didn't know how I was gonna interact with it, so I just made up an account like on the spot. So it's not public and it's not findable, I don't think.
Oh,
and if you did find it, I don't think
you'd be uninterested. Okay, that's another Ear Biscuit. Again, we don't always do the AMAs. This is something that we've done like every couple months or so. Let us know what you think about the AMA format. I have fun. I feel like we go down a lot of different paths and talk about a lot of different things.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I'd like to do more, but only if you guys want more. So let us know what you think about the AMA format, #Ear Biscuits. We do search that. We search it up.
Yeah, we do.
Search it down.
All right, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for telling people about Ear Biscuits and recommending this podcast, as well as reviewing it on iTunes. Apparently that's still a thing. Review it up.
Make some stars.
We'll talk at you next week on the backside of our vacations.
Oh, yeah.
To watch more Ear Biscuits, click on the playlist on the right.
To watch the previous episode of Ear Biscuits, click on the playlist to the left.
And don't forget to click on the circular icon to subscribe.
If you prefer to listen to this podcast, it's available on all your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks for being your mythical best.